KotD round of 8. All of the players have $200 already in their pockets, and now they are trying to go for the very deep run here. We are seeing Liereyy against ACCM in this last best of 5 round. The next rounds will be best of 7 and best of 9s in the final. And let's see who advances here. Let's take a quick peek at the civilizations that we already picked. And as you can see, the red ones over here are the banned civilizations and the green ones are the picked ones. ACM, left hand side, there's some Mayans, Magyars, Ethiopians, Malay and Mongols, who really likes that M letter as it seems. And on the other side we have Burmese, Aztecs, Huns, Britons and Celts. Interesting to see those civilizations, both players banned, very strong civilizations here. So I would say we can jump into game number 1, obviously being played as every game on Arabia. Welcome guys. Liereyy is playing the Celts with his 5th pick against ACM's Mayans, his 1st pick. So let's take a look at how they will try to approach this and how the maps look like. So ACM playing in the purple. I hope he will stay this way and has go to the left hand side. Not too nice to wall this off. Well, some clips could help to the left hand side, but still quite a bit of an open area. Then we have the deer at the front here, already pushed one in. Somewhat close to the berries, right hand side, a reasonable woodline wall behind and defensive stone. Now let's take a look at how the map of Liereyy is looking. Going for the boy. Pretty standard here after 4 sheep. Has 4 on wood, although he's Celt, so that means quite of a heavy start when it comes to the wood approach here. And yeah, as we saw several times, Liereyy really likes to build that 3rd house pretty far out. Didn't scout too much of walling potential on his map. Gold not too great, has it very open, very far to the front. I will be curious how he's trying to play this here. ACM trying to go for some more scouting. Liereyy is around, didn't scout that boar. And ACM at the same time, yeah, should be totally fine. We should really take care about getting that one right, and is sending the villager now, so that all makes sense. Trying to wall off that left hand side area, will probably wall to the edge of the map to secure his gold spot. Could get pushed, raided though. Maybe this hill could be small advantage later on for Liereyy. I can see some mangonels protected by some crossbows here, and ACM having some troubles to take a good fight there, but that's only one potential advancement here for Liereyy. Looking both for him. Not a lot of villagers actually in the TC. Look at that, only 5 getting food here at the moment. Oh well, more jumping out and 2 villagers at the front. So that looks like a dress, I would have said, but is not on gold yet. So we will see every day. Obviously super strong at the moment. Barracks by ACCM as well, who obviously is 1 villager behind ahead, because Liereyy already loomed and is not playing the Mayans here. Pretty bad baller here, but well, the second one isn't. If it's the second one, it's not as bad because you don't need to drop that much food. You already have 4 villagers on berries that can drop food for you anyways. And seems like he is going for M&A or something of the likes. And that looks like pop 23. I want to see all the villagers go into the GC, drop the food, and some. Oh, that's pretty hefty here. Wants to drop some food and clicking up. Pop 23 on the other side. We are looking at a drash indeed. And looks like Liereyy is playing this 2 militia, although he got 10 gold and then not upgrading. Interesting stuff. And for a second lumber camp. Not 100% sure what he is up to with the strategy. Now is annoying, and ACM for just blocking, trying to pull those 3, but that will be a sweet win here for Liereyy. Let's take a look, can ACM do something? Oh, Liereyy cannot really out-micro him, and wow! Getting trapped and doing the retrap here. It's only because Liereyy went for too little of a rush. Oh, only 2 militia here, 1 scout who already is low on HP. Now up on the way to feudal age as well is Liereyy. Oh, and 1 militia even getting chased by a wolf. As you can see, ACM trying to go for the aggression nose. Okay, I damaged him quite nicely here when it comes to the HP. My villagers are still here, microing back the hurt one, and now thinks he has somewhat of a timing. Let's take a look. 2 offensive villagers. He reached feudal age, but no building yet. M&A upgrade first, and maybe a tower. ACM should have scouted everything, indeed, of Mr. Liereyy. So maybe an aggressive tower over here could be an option. Maybe like this tower. Put it down here. That's perfect. ACM. Oh, okay. Goes for a bit more central. And let's take a look. Can he get something done? But it's still going down to 19 HP, but could get home. This one is getting trapped, and I believe if the ACM is microing this correctly, he should get it. Eagle should overtake. 2 more damage needed. ACM is not getting the kill here. That should have been a kill. I believe if the roles were reversed, Liereyy should have gotten the kill. Small pause here. Really, where are Lierey's second and third gold? We showed it at the second, and the third one is very far at the front as well. So that's super ugly. Or is that? Yeah, that's actually Lierey's. So very far away, and not really an option, especially with the walls he is planning at the moment. The amount of M&A openings isn't healthy. Probably they're a bit too strong at the moment, yeah. But I actually like that games are getting so aggressive, and then we have different transitions into it. Some civilizations have viable scout rushes against it. Some could go for an archer defense. So I think it isn't too imbalanced. There are just too few other options. Just the first unit that you can build, and it seems like having some aggression and some map control is just pretty good on this very open, sometimes very open Arabia map. Didn't he discuss the tips for both the players? Yes, he did, because he's a great caster. You should know that. And Lux isn't happy with the progress of the game so far. Liereyy, let's take a look. I'm expecting double archery range out of him. Indeed, and had a lot of wood left, so maybe seed some more farms. Well, we'll wait some. Robo, not using all cap Sunday anymore. Builds Robo Man. 2 on stone for ACM as well, so could tower himself a bit forward. I think it's just what we got used to M&A not being used through the years. It seems more true to real medieval warfare. That's true. The ordinary swordsman would be used a lot. True. Okay, now the game continues after everyone got very impatient. One militia still going out, and it seems like we have a drop here. But let's continue how this goes out. Even town watch quite early here by Liereyy. Personally, I would have loved to see the wood upgrade first, the farm upgrade first, but I can see why he wants to go for town watch. He's just giving him the extra vision, always knows where the M&As are around. Now go for some skirmishes and defend. Obviously gold, not an option too quickly, although that being said, he already sneaked 3 villagers out. Oh, needs to micro that one back. And stream ended. Seems like Wobbly crashed for Liereyy. HC Master Race confirmed? Probably. Classic Noobly. What are the drafts for each player? Well, we can take a look at that again if we want to. Please stay till the end, love the stream, don't force us to go to MEMP. Well, I will stream all 3 games today. Thanks for your kind words. Can you discuss the tips till then? So the worst tips are Mongols or Celts for when you run Arabia? No, that's not true, mate. Like, we have 31 civilizations at the moment in Age of Empires. And they banned probably the strongest 4. And then they picked basically number 5 till number 14 out of those. So there are 17 civilizations that they think are worse. For example, we never saw the Portuguese, never saw the Khmer. Haven't seen the Byzantines picked yet. I believe Chinese is pretty bad at the moment. Never was a big fan of Japanese. Sorry! Sorry, spit of the law. Whoops. So they aren't the worst, but they seem to be, at least in their point of view, to be pick number 13 and 14. And let's jump into the game because the action already started. The M&A sneaked around, so let's take a look if they can do some damage. Liereyy not reacting instantly, even fighting some. We'll probably lose 1 villager here and 5 HP on her. The eagle needs to get 1 more slice, and he will. So that's a sweet win for him. Liereyy, now let's take a look. What he can do is getting some archers out, then he can do at least something. And he's chasing down some more, and those M&A still have reasonable amount of HP. Let's take a look. He can trap this villager, 1 HP. Is he microing him back? Nice, getting another kill. Look at that KD at the moment, 5-0. Now getting 5-1 because ACM got a bit lazy. Now sending low HP villagers to the left and side again. Do you believe Tiff win at this level of players? Yeah, that's absolutely possible. But I believe those civilizations are quite reasonably fair. Microing that villager back beautifully. And it seems like ACM is 4 villagers ahead. Liereyy is getting an archery range up and the blacksmith. So he will be able to juggle around with his resources a bit and can also get fletching. So he's somewhat safe for now. Nice sneaky tower here. Liereyy didn't see that one. And yeah, that could be annoying. He still has another wood, so it's not the end of the world, but annoying nonetheless. Slam ban Portuguese last night? Well, I can see that reasoning. I personally would ban like Portuguese and Khmer as well. That's a sneaky tower by Liereyy as well. Sweet Jesus. But I think he should have finished those walls earlier. I think ACM could rush that tower still. Look at that. Still not walled. And yeah, sorry Clemento. Clemento messaged me and is now complaining that I have Skypod. So sick. And Liereyy getting 1 villager kill over here. Eagles not getting in. Seems like Liereyy walls himself. He's somewhat safe. Now 4 villagers ahead still. And it's getting fletching. So the reasoning behind banning Portuguese is you can just play with the stronger civilizations. And Slam isn't the guy who is preparing with all the civilizations. So yeah, I can see why he bans Portuguese, just to play the top 12 civilizations or top 13 civilizations instead of top 14. So now, as we can see, we have Mongols or Celts, and if he isn't comfortable with that, and yeah, I like that a lot. If that was his reasoning. If he thought, oh god, Portuguese, they are so strong, those organ guns, they kill all my paladins. Well, then we could be disagreeing. Is Liereyy getting that villager? Seems like he'll lose that one after a bit of laming. Seems all fine. ACM running over here has a +1 defense, and I still hate how they are walling those towers. Absolutely hate it. Big fan of just surrounding. ACM getting his tower up. We'll have all this walled. And yeah, this tower is helping out to defend the gold spot in the long run as well. But Liereyy, now with the big army advantage, 15, oh, he just dropped quite a bit. So it's now 13-4, and is losing some more into the TC here and the tower. Let's take a look. That M&A is going down as well. One more volley against the skirmisher. Those iron guns. Oh, Brass Viper. Oh, that's an engagement that ACM can't take, if you ask me. Pretty sure why he's taking so much damage now, running around, going in with 5 eagles, make that only 4 eagles. Trying to micro back against the M&A, now trying to close down the distance. But Liereyy is finding quite a great engagement, although against 3 eagles, that's not too important. One is running around, and, well, all 3 of them can attack at the moment. Oh, well, actually, he's just running around. So it seems like Liereyy is taking a reasonable engagement here, and military count still heavily in his favor. Let's take a look at the resources. 400 food, 30 gold for him. Obviously, in the long run, he needs to find a way to get onto more gold. And on the other side, we have ACM. Now going up to Castle Age and adding more barracks. So he will go into EU Warriors. At the moment, it's a civilization that a lot of people have raised questions about, because they just feel so damn strong. Nice defense, nice damage outputs against knights as well, and the production speed just ridiculous. Remove towers, make AoE2 great again. Well, there needs to be a lot of changes for sure to make competitive esport again. But, well, that's another discussion for another day. Nice defensive tower here. I felt like, this tower could have been 1 or 2 tiles further to the front, but now with that second tower, it's just super safe. ACM, no reaction yet, but now getting into all the witches into the tower, doing some damage against the archers. And now we will have the big question, how will Liereyy perform here? Can he get onto Road Riders? That could be an option, but he's absolutely not on stone so far. Didn't build a defensive tower, only built 1 to the front, so he cannot even add TCs, and is now going for a stable. But as we all know, stable with the Celts, without bloodlines, tricky situation for sure. Questionable for me that ACM is actually going for skirmishers here and archers. We can see Eagle Warrior upgrades and more production. Not using the blacksmiths just yet, not having the greatest of resources, but enough stone to build 2 extra TCs as well, so his boom should be running. And second stable for Liereyy. Can ACM maybe find the timing? Liereyy is still not up. some skirms around, but without upgrades, so Liereyy should know what's up. That this guy is going for eagles and is not going for plumed archers, for example. That could have been an option out of the position of Liereyy, because he didn't know about the stone in the back and how many villages he had on that. Liereyy now needs to go back. Can ACM maybe find the timing? Liereyy is trying to wall all this, and oh, those eagles won't be able to do some damage. Seems like Liereyy will have enough time. I heard a siege workshop. It's at the sneaky side over here, trying to push into that gold. As it seems, would obviously love to see a monastery as well, and to convert some of those knights. Having +1 defense, but nothing else so far. Let's take a look. This feels like a pretty even fight. Oh, doing some damage against the knights before the tower could help out quite a bit. Skirms and archers obviously without any upgrades, not doing too much damage here. Even with the hill advantage. Liereyy now waiting for the nice number 3 and 4. Can we see more eagles? Some coming over, but not the biggest of productions. Could we maybe see the big first engagement here in Castle Age coming up? Hill advantage still for ACCM. Now the Magnol could sneak around from the side. Liereyy should not have any idea about the siege workshop. Nope, no idea about that one. So maybe a Magnol shot could be very nice over here. Ooh, Liereyy getting forging now. Can we see the Magnol? Liereyy is trying to micro back in that direction. Could absolutely be an option. Price factor. So on the side of ACM. Trying to hold that hill. Is he now maybe going down too far? He is going for the gold here, as it seems. But it's all walled still. ACM, can he go through? Can he get the villager killed? Is Liereyy able to maybe get the quick walls done? House is... oh, gate is being built. Don't need to build the house here. Ram for him, interesting. Wants to clear up that tower. Magnol kind of kills the surprise factor. Now trying to go for the house. Let's take a look. Maybe sniping the villager could be an option. Not getting anything done with the Magnol, and Magnol's going down to 4 MA here. Maybe now we can see the big engagement. The warrior still very clumped up. Skirmishers now exposed. Is ACM trying to run around? Yeah, he does not want to take this engagement. Seems like he... oh, and now he is trying to take it against +1/+1 knights here. Taking a reasonable engagement on the left hand side, but it's also attacking the right hand side. Not 100% sure if that was the best idea. Trying to go for one convert, instant convert here on that knight. So that's pretty sweet for him. A military count at the moment in favor of ACM, but that's with the eagles against nice amount of knights as well. But we said before, the question is, without bloodlines, how efficient will they be in the long run? Eagles, obviously, so easy to transition into elite eagles there, and still stay with a very nice army composition. Liereyy needs to find a way to transition out of them, and as you can see, he is now switching on to long swords. Using that one villager, barracks could go down as well. University here, what's going on? He's opening all his villagers over here. That's a big mistake by Liereyy. What did he do? Trying to go for the quick walls, but isn't getting that done. And that will be a lot of that villagers on the gold. And at the moment, Liereyy will be out of gold here, as it seems. And that means no more knight production. That's a lot of that villagers for him. And as you can see, ACM now, roughly 20 villagers ahead, but military count not looking too great for him. ACM needs to fall back now, needs to boom. Maybe a defensive castle could work out. Even a defensive siege workshop, that's interesting. Let's take a look at the stone of ACM. Needs 200 more. He's staying active with his eagle production. $21 villages ahead now. ACM playing this 3 TCs. On the other side we have Liereyy, still only 1 TC. ACM in a beautiful spot if he can defend, but now we have Liereyy going for the one big push, and he will try to do the damage over here. Can ACM get enough stone out? Can he get a defensive castle? Then it looks beautiful for him to take the first win here. 3 towers on that side could be helping out. Defensive siege workshop, nice anticipation by ACM, really knowing that the threat is real. And that's what I pointed out very early in the game. That hill here on the left hand side could be pretty juicy for Mr. Liereyy. Same time, they're running out of gold at this spot. Look at that. This one only has 700. The other two run dry in less than 300. Tower's starting to do some damage here. Now the big army is coming over and ACM knows it. Is he going for the siege workshop? Not going for a market abuse yet. 25 villages on stone. He needs some more time to get that castle up. And meanwhile, Liereyy walled himself completely. Now he has enough stone for the castle. If he gets this castle up here, I believe he will win the game. But the question is, can he do it? At the moment, he is slightly behind when it comes to military. Maybe even more defensively over here could be an option. Let's take a look. That's the last and final push here for Liereyy. He is close to 30 villagers behind. All those 3 towers helping out. Where is the castle? I don't see it from ACM. He needs to take this engagement now, having 2 monks helping out. Forging is being researched before the eagles. Yeah. The engagement started before that. Mangonel is coming out. It seems like ACM is in a beautiful position here. All those knights getting cleared up. The convert's very real. Those 2 towers still helping out, and no fletching for him. And Liereyy knows he lost his timing with the all-in, and ACM with the beautiful, decent, nice anticipation. Even had enough stone for a castle. Nice Mangonel here. Those 3 towers helped out. And Liereyy lost the game here. 2 beautiful converts helped out. Nice engagement in the end. He had all the upgrades. And yeah, let's call it the first surprise of the day in game number 1. And what am I doing here? That's weird. Okay. And GC is running. ACCM. Well, it was pick number 1 against pick number 5. So that's somewhat reasonable. And yeah, even my mother is messaging me and saying, wow, what a great game by ACCM. And it had more monks out, market on the way as well. And yeah, just abusing the very bad map here of Liereyy. I believe he did some mistakes here and couldn't do any damage because ACM had a beautiful defense. And ACM's KD, obviously better. Economy should be so much in his favor, at least that's what I thought. But Liereyy was actually quite reasonable in that regard. That's a bit surprising to me. ACM, though, in the long run, could have gotten the way higher numbers. Okay, it seems like other streamers having some problems with crashes. I didn't. Lucky me. Take a look at the civilization draft, and we will not have Mayans anymore for ACM, and we won't have Celts. Still, a lot of good civilizations to be picked. I believe ACM, so the Ethiopians, Malay, Magyars. It's in quite a good spot. Could go for something sweet with the Mongols as well. Let's see what Liereyy can do. It's still Liereyy, right? Mongols again, why no Franks? Well, Franks are a very one-trick pony. They're only good with calf. So if you get a lot of pikemen out, or a lot of camels, or monks, for example, they won't be able to do too much. Very clear what they're going for. So that's why Franks aren't picked that much. ACM is Chinese? No, he's Vietnamese. What do you think about the Celts pick from Liereyy? Genius because he lost his weakest civ and ACM lost his strongest, or has he just given up away? Free win. I believe it's not a free win. I believe it's not genius because he didn't know that ACM would pick the strongest pick. And yeah. So honestly, I feel it's pretty random what to pick first. Although I heard that Fire against Doubt predicted Fire civilizations every single time. So maybe they're better in the head of their enemies than I am. But I feel like for the first game, it's just super random. They pick Celts to counter Indians? Well, Indians wasn't picked by ACM, so I think that's not the reason. Doubt is doubt, Kappa. Never have heard truer words than that. Let's drink a bit and then we can jump into game number 2. It's not too bad to be inferior to Lord Doubt. Well. Where's the sugar water? Not in game 1. Sugar water if I have to stream late. But we will have sugar water during the day. Is this live? Yes. My channel is like 99% live. I will have a sign if it's a VOD. But I personally don't ever cast Rex because I don't get the feeling of it. I really need the intense live situation. Nice. Ghost Striker, nice. Oh, isn't the music great? Okay guys, then let's jump into game number 2. ACCM leading 1-0. And now he's picking the Magyars, being called the new Huns by some people, against the old Huns. Or the old Magyars against the new Huns. Huns against Magyars. 3 on board only for Liereyy. That kind of means Scout Rush. On the other side, we only have 3 on board as well. Could be double Scout Rush. Would be the advantage here for our Magyar player. Having +1 attack and having cheaper scouts, such a big advantage. And yeah, I'm not expecting a CA fight like YG is. Something that Magyars really should go into a CA fight in Castle Age against Hunt player. Whoa, multi-sheeping! Unfortunate stuff for him. Trying to zone out some of the area. Nice defensive berries here. Not too nice to do a lot of farms around it, but still reasonable. Has a lot of stragglers on that side. Already pushing some deer. And on the other side, oh well, let's mention the gold first. Nice defensive stone, gold. Pretty open though. Not too nice. Maybe could even make an argument to go for the left hand side gold. Pretty nice to be accessed. Yeah, one of the best casters. Less than 3. Well, I considered myself to be top 30 casters in Age of Empires. 2 at the moment. Yeah, top 30 sounds reasonable. Maybe top 35. Jumping in that. So, thank you so much. And now going 4 villagers on berries. Oh, villager. Very close. One push deer. I think if I push a deer, I don't send 4 on berries instantly. Just keep 1 or 2 longer in your TC to decrease rottening. Look at that, the sheep already lost 35 food now, and he's going for berries that isn't rottening. So I think ACM did a mistake here. And Liereyy still stays on 3 villages for his wood line here. And now goes for a second lumber camp. Oh, that looks like an early barracks. Maybe ACM goes for M&A as well. Getting some shots over here. 2 volleys, but 3 HP lost. Oh, don't insult the Viper. Guys, what's going on? So, and that is indeed... Oh god, that's a misplaced mining camp. Yeah, it is tricky sometimes on the hill, but it is too far away. You need to have one tower more to the northeast. And that will be M&As against scouts here by Liereyy, who is also pushing some deer. Let's go into his point of view. What is he seeing of his enemy? Not too much. That looks like MBL style here that Liereyy is playing. And will be pretty blind. Obviously, if you go pop 21 scouts, you perform pretty well against most enemy strategies, so you don't necessarily need to scout. But it also would have been nice. Not going for a single farm yet. And keeping all the low HP villagers into the TC, high HP ones out, so they don't get sniped. And at the other side, we have the pop 22 up for ACM, already building more militia, and now sending 4 villagers forward. And I'm NA mining camp. Oh, could maybe snipe that villager. We'll see. Oh, Liereyy trying to wall him. Now trying to wall this villager. Is actually walling himself out. And can he close those walls? Looks like it. And yeah. ACM trying to find another angle. Wants to have his scout joining his M&A rush over here. What does Liereyy see at the moment? Still didn't scout his enemy. Try to scout the top here. Stable's getting up, and he started with the farm and wood upgrade. So very eco-intense, will allow himself to only build 2 scouts. And yeah, that still looks like a pretty sharp eco though. And where is his gold spot? Protected in the back as well. He has a very nice map, we didn't mention that before. Now trying to go for some quick walls. He knows that something is up. And that tower may be a bit far off. Double with X and M&A on the way. ACM, he is able to apply some pressure. 1 scout out for Liereyy. Trying to scout what's going on. Well, saw something. And at the other side we have scouts going back for him. Oh, that's so tough for Robo, obviously. Now trying to go for some emotes, but also Cap Sunday. Oh, and that's a villager kill that any other civilization could not have gotten. Villager had 5 HP, and the scout did the necessary 5 damage here against the villager instead of the usual 4. So that one villager died only because ACM had the Magias. Now trying to go for the engagement. The tower not really helping out. 1 tower too far away, doing some more damage against that scout. Looks pretty solid start here for ACM. Got 1 villager, got 1 scout. Did some damage here on the rest. And oh, Liereyy now trying to rush 1 defensive tower out. Let's take a look. 5 villagers against 4 villagers. Those M&A are trying to go for something. Not 100% sure why. That looks like a misclick by ACCM. The tower is helping out quite a bit. Looks like a fair trade-off here. Tower is walled in, and most likely both towers will go up. ACM maybe will get 1-2 volleys. Let's take a look, but the villagers still have full HP, so they will survive. Now jump into the tower. Maybe snipe 1 or 2 villagers here. Maybe deny the berries for now, but that tower will be cleared up for sure. 3 scouts still out, obviously can get cleared up by 1 defensive spearman. ACM's map so clumped up. Shouldn't lose a single villager. And that's another NA mining camp. Pretty weird stuff here by ACM. And this feels like Liereyy has a nice advantage. He had all the eco upgrades. Only lost 1 villager. Blocked the forward here. And yeah. All the question is, what can ACM really transition into? At the moment he's 1 villager behind. But also having 4 villagers idle here. Compared to the 5 villagers idle for Liereyy here at the front. So both not with the great ecos. Yeah, God knows why ACM didn't take the fight. Maybe he wanted to go into the range of the tower here. The tower was shooting on the lumber camp, but indeed, 3 M&A there, and the scout would have been so great. Liereyy had low HP, and yeah, that's basically the phase where your... Oh, that's not the tower that will have chances of going up. ACM trying to go for the quick walls here. Let's take a look. Can he maybe get some more done? And this looks like a no to me. Wow, 2 villagers are safe. Two is still running around. Could maybe go for some repair, but well, there's no army around, so that won't really happen. Needs to micro that one as well here. Spearman. Okay, helping out some. This tower will go up. This house is actually getting low HP. Stable now for ACM. Kind of out of range of Lierey's vision. Take a look at the Spearman. What can he do? Trying to wall his villager. Trying to run around. The Spearman is helping out. Tower is still not getting repaired, but all the villagers, no one is really getting any damage. So the Spearman super efficient. I don't really see more Spearmen coming over. This villager is still exposed, and it seems like at the moment Liereyy is kind of winning the dance, killing one Spearman, and now the Spearman is focusing on the wrong unit. Scouts coming out, and that looks like a sweet clear up here for Liereyy. Archers getting some damage. Maybe the villagers can save themselves. Let's take a look. Seems like Liereyy could clear those up as well. And a pretty sweet start here for our favorites from Austria. Now 7 villagers ahead. Military count is 4-2. And ACM in a world of trouble. He needs to transition into defensive towers. Needs to try to go up and yeah, play this in Castle Age. Liereyy should be able to transition into Castle Age even smoother though, because he has a farm upgrade as well. Has a lot on gold, so we will see him going for some archers later on. Probably some CA. This archer is not having the greatest pathfinding though. Touching some bullets. And yeah, I don't see a defensive tower at the gold. That's pretty ugly. Why isn't ACM having enough stone here as it seems? Now needs to pull villagers, is going for blacksmith archer range and some skirmishes at the defense. Where did all his stone go? That's surprising to me. It repairs so much that he lost all his stone. And now needs to rush the tower out if you ask me. Then slowly needs to crawl forward. Maybe get some quick bolts up here. And a tower very aggressively goes for fletching even for skirmishes. So really scared of all those archers. One of them did run into the TC. 8 military advantage here by Liereyy. I believe none of the two has wheelbarrow so far. Skirmish is out now, but I think some scouts are still active. So they could maybe go for some clear up. The tower is getting rushed out. But now the skirms are getting cleared up. Where's the hype song? At the start of a series and before the last game. Or if it goes to the decider. That tower is still doing damage here. So weird that he isn't clearing that up. And now finally sending some villagers over, which get kind of blocked here. Thanks HD for that passing. But now finally sending in those villagers. And now after they ran around, he's going for the delete here. Defensive tower is going up. Now switching into some archers and ACM with a weird army composition. Trying to go and apply some more aggressive pressure. Let's take a look at the stone spots. Still having 2 defensive stones, so Liereyy could even build more defensive towers if he so desires. Has enough control of the hill. ACM, if he's trying to go for this fight, will just get cleared up so easily. Rest out pyramid, obviously denied. So many active people in the chat. It's a toughie. Another llama camp. Let's take a look at the resources. ACM at the moment 502, 200 gold. And Liereyy basically are virtually identical resources. Going for 3 archer ranges though, so that will be a lot of cross the map. And then we will see how ACM will face this. Probably mass knights could be an option. No, maybe rushing under the tower could even be an idea here. ACM has enough army though to defend this, I think. So yeah, Liereyy doesn't want to overcommit here. He knows he has a nice army advantage if he transitions reasonably well into crossbows here. He will raid all day long against this very unfortunate gold spot here of ACM. Probably needs to see another defensive tower. That one isn't too great either, and oh god, those NA mining camps really hurt him so much. Patching on both sides. No one going for the defense. Some scouts going for the aggression. Spearmen getting one hit off. Now losing their lives at the same time. Archers getting sniped down. Looks like a reasonable engagement by both. Liereyy is now up. ACM should be clicking up any moment as well. Force archer rage. Liereyy going for the full aggression. Going for the market here. Look at that. All the resources at the limit and still going for the market. That's not your typical spot here. And now Bloodlines. We don't see any more archers, so he will transition into CA here. Had enough archers to maybe go for a bigger attack if you ask me, but obviously CA with a hunt. So beautiful. We're now going for the defense upgrade for his archers. And yeah, all CA. That means ACM at the moment. Whoa, why is he going in there? Well, trying to get some pickups. And he's getting some kills. Spearmen are a bit out of position against the scouts. Oh, and they will get sniped pretty surely, or will they? Also, the archer's going down by Liereyy, so he now heavily behind. Oh, actually, not really behind the military count. What are we witnessing here? Where is the rest of the army of Liereyy? Is it sneaking around? Yes, it is. I was wondering, and indeed, those archers sneaked around and did get some sweet villager killed. Yeah, and are now losing their life. And yeah, defensive tower number 2 is going up though, and Liereyy has a lot of resources. Look at what he can do. 4 archers queued up, or actually only 3 CAs queued up. Also, I want to see Botkin era as well. University coming. He has so many resources. He can really go for it. Would love to see husbandry as well. And at the moment he's 11 villages ahead. Military count. At the moment he's somewhat behind, but he will get full control. 4 archery ranges against 2. Has a better macro potential here as well. And yeah, his production will just be enormous. Botkin arrow already out, and oof. Thank you so much, mate.
Hooray! Let Nelly know it's your 4-month anniversary.
Oh, now even going for Thumbring here and Ballistics, so those CA will just be the biggest damage dealers ever. ACM still without Botkin, no defense upgrade. This will be so tough for him to hold. Only 1 defensive tower. Still now you can really see how bad the mining camp is. And if you compare that to Lierey's ones, they are so efficient. Going for another TC over here, and she thinks about everything. That will just be a very, very decisive castle age for him here. And ACM, I would be surprised if we get into a longer game here. Ready for Super Sunday. I am Swiss boy. And let's take a look. 1 villager down. Having ballistics rocks so much in those situations. Skirmish is now going in. Liereyy is not taking this engagement. Maybe wants to regroup some more. And I see I'm now rushing the TC out. What is he going for? Maybe even skirmishes could be his option. He's just so far behind when it comes to villagers. Look at that. 15 villagers behind already. Only now getting his second TC. CA amount of Liereyy, just so deadly. Going for the +2 defense, and then he has every single upgrade in feudal age. Maybe husbandry missing, but all the strength upgrades already in castle age researched here. Oh, now going for the kill. Let's take a look. ACM, he's trying to micro this, but ACM having the minimum range on those skirmishes, not really taking the engagement. Military count will plummet so much. He's trying to go back, trying to take a fight with this tower, but military count is going down to 0. And Liereyy with his CA going for the kills and going for the equalizer here. 1-1. This best of 5. Round of 8, single elimination. Hunt the pig and the new hunt of ACM seems not to be too efficient. I didn't like that tower placement. That engagement was something he should have taken, and after that, that was just suicide as well. Didn't get that stable up. Too many risky moves by ACM, but not really the decisive one that was needed earlier on. Then tried to go for some defense with towers. Did all the right moves, but was way too far behind at that point. KotD in the end, obviously, so much better for, or reasonably better for Liereyy, because he got those villager snipes and all the feudal age army, or not feudal age army, but under upgraded castle age army. Pretty sweet Dark Age by Liereyy as well, and got all the upgrades. Look at that, like he played a pop 21, acute 2 scouts, had the farm upgrade, had the wood upgrade, and everything so smooth there. I was pretty impressed how he played this one. Pretty happy. Okay, so now the strategy of how to pick against the picks of your enemy really becomes more important. So Aztecs feel pretty strong. For me, this could be a pick. We will see pretty soon. Let's read the chat a bit. Maybe still the question, but why the law for hippos? FAQs down below. Dawn nearly high. Hey. Melee would be counter for Aztecs. Do you there is any way Winchester can beat Viper? Do you think there's any way Winchester can beat Viper? Yes. We have weird civilizations that Winchester will pick for sure. And Viper won't be prepared for them. Winchester can go for some crazy aggression where the Viper showed to struggle a little bit. If he has any weaknesses. Winchester will be well prepared. And there will be so much more info about how the Viper plays than how Winchester plays. So the Viper is a clear favorite, but it should be a pretty interesting series, I would say. And we should stay on this series though, because now potential 2 or 3 more games to come. And Winchester Ghost, indeed, that could be an option. But let's play, well, let's take a look at another. Looking forward to do it. Okay. Well, we will see. Ah, damn, if I knew who is watching, I would have changed my answer. I would have said like, oh god, everyone who's subscribed in my channel obviously has better chances of winning this. And instantly recalled by ACCM after he sees that boar being stolen. And so let's go bigly back. And yeah, so I think if I had like the micro potential and the crisp build-ups of Winchester, I'd probably go for crazy forwards against the Viper and just hope that he screws up, like against my 6 forward villagers and 2-3 offensive towers, and he just moves in with 8 or something. Those are one of the few games where I've really seen the Viper screw up, and I would try to hope for that. Hope for bad maps for him and play this very aggressively. But as I said, the Viper would love to play those games. Oh, Odette, hi. YOLO against the Viper doesn't really work. Well, what does really work against the Viper? It's just ridiculous. Like, I was talking to Zero Empires as well and said, okay, we need to change our tournaments to create formats that make it more difficult to kill the Viper, more easy to kill the Viper, and so much tougher for him to just play out his advantages. Oh, down pyramid. Oh, not really. The quadruple denier. And yeah, guys, there's only one guy that can really dominate with Grassed Out, and this is this one. What? Grassed Out. Grassed Out. Grassed Out. Thanks so much, mate. We will play some more with him later on. Not worth my make other players better so they can survive. Well, it doesn't seem like they can put on the practice they need to do to really challenge the Viper, which is so weird. Why is everyone getting prey modes lately? I don't know. Playing without. Only very few people that can play without. Okay, guys, then let's jump into the early game number 2. Now remember, ACCM is out of his restart, and he again is playing the purple and is playing melee. Let's take a look what he is trying to approach here. There are obviously different kinds of aggression that you can go for melee, or also play this very defensively and just try to get carried with your villager advantage here, with your better eco. Let's take a look how he will play this out. First of all, not a crisp start that I want to see. On the other side, we can see the Burmese for Liereyy. Lots of options with them. Ramba, a pretty strong unit, early aggression there, and yeah, +1 attack on his militia as well. And having the free lumber upgrade means his M&A Russ is very lethal at the start here for sure. 4 onward, not too surprising. And yeah, how can ACCM really defend this? Maybe being up a bit earlier, getting the M&A upgrade a bit earlier, trying to force some engagements before Liereyy can get all his advantages in feudal age. Or just maybe put on the pressure into Lierey's face. His map isn't that great. We can see some aggressive towers over here. Open stone, open gold spots. But a nice defensive stone. So that's pretty nice against potential towers. ACCM. Ooh, even going back there and going back a second time. What is he going for here? Liereyy trying to go for some denial. 1 sheep got killed. And at the same time, that villager twice with 11 HP. And that's a lot of HP lost here for ACCM. In exchange to 1 sheep, probably a trade that you don't want to take. Is Liereyy maybe trying to go for another boar steal? Did he see that boar? Yes, he did, but he thinks about blocking the villager. Heart-shaped water. Not over. Not really. Well, that's not really. If you have a heart like this, I feel sad for you. Like, you should seriously see a doctor. Wow. Okay. Problem is now he can't take a fight against the scout as well. Sending a second villager, still not trying to go for loom. And whoa, that's already 1 hit, and ACCM, horrible start for him already. 12 HP on that villager, 9 HP going down. We'll lose 1 villager, we'll trade some HP off. Can he win the scout war? Yes, he would, but that's just too bad. Why didn't Ace? Oh god, and this villager's going to the wrong direction as well. ACCM, okay, let's think about game number, and Liereyy is winning that hill on the, oh god. Nice block with the house here though, so save that villager at the same time, but lost the scout. Ay. And ACCM, why did you just refuse to get loom? And well, at least save that villager, so that's a small win, but complete Titanic here by ACCM at the start. And that means Liereyy will just have such a beautiful aggression. Look at that KD, 2-0 is there, to 6 minute 30 mark or something. And second board so late. This villager jumps into the TC reasonably, and now the barracks for Mr. Liereyy. He is even pushing some deer, obviously knowing his scout is in very much danger of losing his life if he's scouting actively at his enemy's base, so just sends him back to push some more deer. Oh, actually, not really. Mr. Liereyy. Well, someday people will call him Mr., right? Lierey's a new Viper. People choke with playing against him. Well, the scout block was pretty sweet, and it's always ugly trying to lure through an oasis here. What can you do against attacks now? Ethiopians and Mongols are the last tips for ACM, no? Well, Ethiopians aren't that bad. I think M&A aggression, then into some crossbowmen, and maybe transition to shoulders? Not really. Well, it won't be great. Attacks will be a good win for Liereyy. Or like a good situation, especially against Mongols. Why is passing so much worse in HD? I believe they tried to reprogram some stuff. And Woobly is basically working with the original Age of Empires. With the CD version, basically. And on HD they tried to program that new. And it was very weird. So they kind of need to reinvent the passing. And yeah, that was the product. But as I said, like, this was always an issue. Yes. ACM going for a small tactical pause, waiting for Back T to give him some cigarettes and some advice. 3. Militia going for the M&A aggression, but without sending villagers forward, so Liereyy isn't playing it too crazy, but playing it from home as well. Oh, 2 hippos here, but Liereyy sees it, and as you can see, did you see the militia walking this way and then he readjusted them to go the other way, so they can not face those hippos? Now the wall's going up, and ACM playing this very defensively here. Check a look, I completely missed what he was going for. And he went up very early, but without any intel, no resources to go for the M&A. This will be so ugly. Now even going for a 3rd militia before the M&A upgrade. I don't like that. Uh-oh. This could be a very short game here. ACM in a world of trouble. Yeah, 1 villager ahead, but not getting any walls up. Look at how open he's playing this, only waiting for the deals to drop off. M&A upgrade still not clicked. It's to remicro those villagers, still running around so much, and even then it's 3 against 3 with having 1 less upgrade and not having the scout, which isn't too important obviously. At least get some volleys off, that's something I would say. And now, oh, getting 1 kill. Now sending the villager back home, and 3 was 3, but ACM, he has no scouting intel at all. Let's take a look. Can he take an engagement here, Liereyy? 2 villagers helping out. At the other side, we can see a blacksmith and an archery range, so he can keep up the aggression. And ACM probably will just wait for 1 or 2 archers, trying to get some wards up at the right hand side. But then, still pretty ugly scenario for him. Doesn't want to take the fight, although he has the HP advantage. I believe trading off those M&A against the ones of Liereyy could be an even fight for him. Get some more hits off. Now villagers getting pulled over here as well. Trying to micro back on the right hand side. That's a bit weird. At one point we had 3 kills to, or 2 kills to none. But now this M&A should clear up those 2 M&A. Let's take a look. Looks like a pretty even fight. And 10 HP left for ACM here. Now scrums are coming over. And, well, fletching not clicked yet. And exactly when I say this, fletching is getting clicked. double bit X for ACM, an upgrade that obviously, being Burmese, Liereyy had all along. Oh, that was a big miss here by the skirmisher. Killing that last time with the 10 HP archer, having some problems now, getting chased down here, and suddenly it's military count 7-1. Defensive tower needs to be built by Mr. ACM here. Let's take a look at the HP here, 20 HP. Can he snipe down this villager? 2 archers out, 10 HP. Can he snipe this one down? And yes, he can. So that's a small win here. Some quick walls, and just going back, Liereyy in full control here. Did catch up with all the eco disadvantages against the Malay, and now 2 villages ahead, military full control for him, and we'll just try to find another angle. Double archery range for him. We can see ACM still only 1 archery range, trying to go for a second one. That means his fletching will be super duper late. Defensive tower at the left hand side also means that his goals will be somewhat exposed. Completely walled for now, so that's giving him some time. Going for that wall won't really help him too much. It's too easy to just wall behind or just build some houses at the sides. Going for the stone wall here, as it seems. Accepting 1 full volley. 57 HP, that didn't help out too much. But, well, it's too... or forces Liereyy to go for a second snipe here and buy some time. More skirmishes to the front. Liereyy isn't fearing any runarounds, has so much. Oh, but that village actually gets it up to 300 HP, so that's good for him. And in a fine position now is Mr. ACM to surviving, waiting for fletching, and then maybe he can think about some engagement. But military count is just super brutal. 16-7. Liereyy trying to go for the runaround, maybe park some of his army behind here. But ACM should have reasonable numbers now at home to defend that. Liereyy going for the +1 defense even. Wheelbarrow for ACM. We'll leave after the horrible start. Now he's doing everything right, chasing this down. Maybe a bit too many archers, if you ask me. Skirms only could have done the damage as well. And well, this is a nice clear up by ACM. Now equalizing the KD, getting even some more kills off, and archers coming around at the same time. Microing back over here. ACM is playing a reasonable game. Oh, a wolf helping out as well. Now fighting against the archer though. Doing minimal damage. Liereyy 4 villages ahead, but that's mainly because we have wheelbarrow now for ACM. This engagement should be going in favor of ACM, especially because he has the first volley, although that's 2-1. Quite weird. Probably had more HP left. And still going for some aggression. ACM needs to continue to defend, going for the +1 defense. His resources 400 food and sending more villages onto gold, but if he stays on skirmishes only, that won't be the issue. Take a look at the other side. We have 200 food and continued production, at least that's what I thought, but maybe thinks about getting castle age here as well. Oh, I'm not 100% sure if that's the right decision here by ACM. Both trying to rush for the hill. Oh, Liereyy, I believe, is taking the engagement here. Has the advantages, has more skirms as well. Just trying to focus down the skirms now because he doesn't fear the archers. That's quite a weird choice. Normally you see people focusing down the archers, and suddenly Liereyy is in full control of this hill again, and then he can raid this woodline over and over again. Liereyy 300 food, 200 gold, so isn't too far away from transitioning here. Now queues up some archers because he knows that food is a limiting factor to clicking up to castle age. At the other time, ACM needs to send some villagers over, but look at that horrible woodline. Will be pretty tough for him. And now going for some stone is ACM. He is 4 villagers down now for reals. Liereyy is catching up in the meanwhile with a wheelbarrow. Lots of houses to scan some of the areas. For Mr. Liereyy, going for the second wood line over here, just camping with some skirmishers. The rest of the skirmishers trying to find some other engagements. Just 100 food and close to 200 gold for Liereyy. Trying to go for another raid here and the map for ACM. Just too bad. Too sad that he had to call the restart before that. Let's take a look. That tower will probably get up. But even after that, skirmishes will still be so damn annoying here. And well, actually the damage output isn't that high. If it was with like 3-4 more archers, could have maybe sniped 1-2 villagers, but the tower is up. He's fine for now, and ACM can click up to Castle Age any second as well. But villagers running quite weirdly. ACM is 2 villagers ahead. Liereyy is up, and ACM is up as well. Interesting. Can ACM maybe do something here? Well, he is melee, so I don't really have the strongest castle unit here. I don't really see him going for a ram-by. But going for a run-by. Ho ho! And did get some archers, but didn't get too many villagers, it seems. At least I didn't see a lot changing here. And Liereyy should try to go for another engagement here in... Oh, for now he's going for the wood line. Maybe just breaking the palisades here could be an option. Well, this is cleared up now. Liereyy is defending. Finally going for the palisade wall. I think going for palisade wall in the middle is a bit better. ACM is up now. Skirms, crossbowman. I think E-skirms could be even better. That tower, not 100% sure if I like that one. And the gate is going up. That's all fine as well. Seems like ACM is keeping himself in the game. Powerful lay for now. But oh, they are losing in efficiency quite a bit pretty soon. Not really having the +2 defense for the Knight's Herds. But there you go. So could be pretty sweet. 5 villages ahead. ACM, can he maybe go in and get another round of villager kills? Love to see E-skirms here. Maybe he wants to focus on the siege workshop first. Queues up more crossbowmen. Liereyy now going in with the Burmese Knight here, +1 defense. E-skirms for Liereyy. And yeah, feels like ACM is missing his timing here. Oh, and now he's getting cleared up. Oh, and that's so brutal. Military count will be brutal for Liereyy pretty soon. At the moment, 33 against 18. But now going in with more archers. Skirmishers. Really getting the kills in. Liereyy now double the amount of military. Trying to chase down. Defensive towers more and more. As you see, somewhat misplaced if you ask me as well. Going for mass amount of gold here, but well, seems like crossbow mangonel is his answer, and Liereyy just stays very aggressively with his skirmishes. Now going for the siege workshop here at the front, and that's a lot of exposed resources. Defensive gold, but I believe we have to think about the wood spots. That's the biggest problem here for ACM. Would love to see him delete that palisade wall. He's deleting over here. And big mangonel shots are needed. Trying to find another engagement at the right hand side. We only have palisade walls, and there is no army close by for ACM, who's trying to catch this off guard. And yeah, that's just a brutal thing that I said before. Military count. Look at that, 40 to 13 now. And maybe some mangonel shots could equalize that, but at the same time, on the right hand side, there will be some damage done for sure by Liereyy. Left hand side mangonel shot could be good. ACM He shouldn't fight with all those crossbowmen. Magnol's not shooting enough. Using some crossbows here, trying to run back a bit. Magnol was trying to go for the ground attack, but missed significantly. Now trying to go for the central shot, missed as well. And Liereyy is weirdly taking quite a reasonable engagement here with his E-skirms against all those crossmen. At the same time, the attack came in here, pushing him away from gold. Liereyy only one villager ahead, but at the same time just doing massive amounts of damage against all the army. And look at that, now 26 military to 6 only. He's completely pushed off gold. So many idle villagers. Now the push continues with knights, with bloodlines, with the +1 defense, and with Magnols near at the front. We'll snipe 1 or 2 more villagers. Yeah, all the villagers are kind of safe, but look how inefficient they are working, quote unquote. $200 stone for ACM, so pretty far away from getting his pyramids. Oh, Liereyy, that was a big shot delay then. 2-1, even damaging his own knights there quite a bit. And check, look, is he going for 3 TCs? Only 2 TCs for now. He just continues with all his aggression, sniping down that one tower, now killing more villagers. ACM somehow staying active with the villager production. Now sending lots over, trying to get the TC over here. But that TC will be so exposed. And he needs to send Magnols over, but the siege workshop is so far over here at the right hand side. ACM cannot go for Magnols at the moment. That will be ugly for him. Not 100% sure about that movement from Liereyy. Anticipated ACM to move back. Had so many knights still being active around. 20 pop is the advantage here, but that's mainly military count. And that's a big problem. I believe he needs the second siege workshop here. Mr. ACM, he has enough wood, but completely out of gold as well. Doesn't have a market. Ah, guys, I believe we can call it. What can ACM build at the moment? He isn't getting more stone. He's only getting wood and some food at the moment. Nothing else. And yeah, he agrees. 2-1 for Liereyy. After a surprising first game, now Liereyy is in full control and he still has a strong civilization pick left. So he is looking in a reasonable position now. ACM, wow. Maybe could have called it. Like, if it wasn't a tournament game, he could call it at the 7-minute mark, but he had some chances with the run around, but didn't get too many kills. Did a lot of things right, but was just too far ahead very early on. Lierey's eco, quite convincing. Obviously didn't get raided once, or like he had one run by that he had to face, but that was it. And now let's take a look at the TIF picks. We don't have Malay anymore for ACM and no more Burmese for Liereyy. And now I think Mongols are always weak against Aztecs and Britons. So what should we go for? I think Liereyy will pick Aztecs, so I'd go for Ethiopians if I was ICM. But no pick really makes me happy. Are Mongols that bad? They aren't strong. Mangudai is a pretty cool unit, yeah. Well, Castle Age Mangudai got better, but Imperial Mangudai got weaker. But yeah, it's just so tough to get onto them in a 1-on-1. Or is that beer? No. Mangudai in 1v1? Indeed, that's a big question. It's so expensive to get onto them, but well, we will see. I believe from all the predictions that we had, everyone was wrong. Because we are seeing the Mongols of ACCM against the Aztecs of Liereyy. So let's take a look at the maps. That looks like a pretty damn good map for ACCM here. Defensive woodline, defensive berries. You think, oh god, double defensive gold, but indeed it is not triple defensive gold, but quadruple defensive gold for ACCM. Double woodline, even a relic here, another relic, so he got everything he could ask for. Here, reasonably close by. Probably will not find those sheep though, so that's a bit ugly for him, but well. And stone as well, and that's a pretty good map, and maybe can get some damage done against the eagle. Not really, 6 HP there, sending a villager out, but that's a fight that he normally doesn't want to take. Oh, and look at that, how close he is away from scouting those sheep. Oh, that's ugly for him. Okay. Where is the second boar for? Oh, ACCM, that's far away. Sending the scout through the scouted area already. And yeah, -1 sheep means you'll run out of food pretty soon. Needs to get that, but that boar ASAP is not going for those 2 sheep though. That's -5 sheep for him. That could be a pretty tricky scenario. Uh-oh, that could be pretty tough if you ask me. 1 stolen, 4 sheep not found. That's ACCM. Oh god, look at that. It's 1 tile away only. Oh man. And over here as well. What an unfortunate world he's living in. Okay, so that's -4 sheep, and the 5th one. I don't know, at the other side. And he's just going to the front, and he might feel like, okay, this guy stole all 4 of them. Yeah, or maybe all 5 of them. And I'm not even sure how ACCM can transition into the next age. Oh, and those are early walls. Why is he going for so early walls? And now what can he go for really? Will he farm? Well, he can go for some deer, yeah, that's a good option. Oh, let's take a look, trying to block the boar. Oh, that was successful. Now needs to attack the villager to keep blocking the boar. Or will he try to go for the lame? That could be an option. Okay. So, seems like Liereyy wanted to lame some, but double wolf killed that. ACCM now not seeing those sheep. Actually, he could go for them as well. Indeed, he will. We'll try to snag those as well. And okay, this is a nice turnaround for him. Now we'll drop that food and we'll be able to click up with pop 21. We'll steal 1 boar. Interesting game. So Liereyy is screwing this up quite a bit as well. And we get into a reasonable game. ACCM will be walled. Oh, I'm going for pop 22 as a team, and that's a lot of houses, and that's a lot of walls as well. Oh, he misplaced. Look at that. 3 on food, and they ran a second time with only having 3 food each. That was a mistake. Oh god, and queuing up more villagers. Is he trying to play this FC or what? Could maybe send 1 villager out. They're trying to block the boar instead of going for the scout. It took 2 hits already. Oh, very patient play by ACCM. Blows playing a very slow time. Oh, beautiful move by ACCM. Very well done. Well, not the greatest baller in the end. And not the greatest uptime. I had a village over here, so it is scrappy overall, but could have been way worse for him. Going for more walls, and seems like ACCM kind of saving himself into the long game. And Liereyy will play this. I have no idea what Liereyy is playing. Well, remember, he's -2 sheep as well. And well, oh, Liereyy didn't scout those barely as well. Funny. Okay. Ah. And yeah, Liereyy won't be happy if he loses with his ad stacks. I believe ACCM has a good shot in the last game, Ethiopians against Britons. And that eagle is going down as well. And now Liereyy is playing this blind. Oh boy. Whew. What can ACCM do? So I believe ACCM could go just for FC. But yeah, that's not going to happen, as you can see. So he's going on to scouts. And some stone. Blacksmith maybe? Archery range maybe? We don't know. What is he going for? Oh, the eco upgrades? No, can you get one kill here? Looks pretty close, 10 HP, 7 HP, and the villager, it's both. Oops, needs to run. What is his plan? Post playing, it's so weird. Okay, what is Liereyy going for now? That's not the greatest food eco. There's FC as well. Blacksmith and market. So we'll just transition into eagles. He's actually building one eagle. 2 eagles. Weird stuff. This goal is very defensively. Maybe selling his stone to go up to castle age, but that could be ugly against the aggressive tower here of ACCM, who is now going for wheelbarrow, not queuing up more scouts, going, oh, weird mining camp again. Liereyy bought 100 food. That looks like a deleted palisade wall and a second barracks. Okay, he didn't sell his wood, his stone. I'll use all his berries. That tower doesn't make any sense to me. Hypervinch and Doubt Heart didn't play yet? Correct. They will play at 15 and 17 GMT. So later on today. Oh, let's take a look. That's a lot of damage dealt. Yeah, so tower's completely walled. I like that. But still, Liereyy, that's a tower that isn't affecting him too much. Doesn't have the eco for 3rd barracks. We'll just stay on 2, and we'll be fine with that for now. Market now by ACCM. Interesting that he isn't going for a blacksmith here. Oh. Both players walled though, so not a real lot that they can do to each other. And KotD is 1-0. There was 1 eagle. And yeah, 1 eagle lost and the 1 village over here. So at the moment, not a single produced unit was killed by an enemy. And ACCM, he should be picking up. And look at his stone. Is he going for mango dice? He certainly isn't clicking up. Okay, now he is. Is ACM going for mango dice? That's not a real strategy, guys, is it? Castle Age mango dice? It's confusing his Civ maybe with Burmese? Or Mayans? Or Spanish? Well, I'm confused for sure. And Lierey's going for the aggression. Scout's still very active. Yeah, he's restealing farms. Guys, this will be a Mangolai defense. What's the stage against Castle Age Mangolais? They aren't good. Mangolais become good if they have all the upgrades in Imperial Age and they were better in AOC, but yeah. Plumed Archers are so much better, and even in this case, going Plumed Archers would be, well, somewhat risky, I would say. You obviously lose all your eco, and Mongols are pretty bad with having good eco and building army at the same time. Because they don't have any Castle Age eco bonuses. So if he now goes on to Mango Dice, which it seems like he is, his move will be super slow. At the same time, Liereyy didn't add a TC, I wanted to say, but he actually did add one. He's 5 villages ahead now. And we need to see some repair on that house, or maybe the castle placed exactly here. He's still running around. What is he doing? Okay, wants to do the farm. But, well, he needs some HP behind that as well, or he will lose that game. ACM. Oh, another Magnet is coming. ACM could lose this game. This castle could not go up. He sees it with the scouts, knows about the monastery as well. He is not getting the walls up, guys. The eagles are in. ACM screwed up. He screwed up. Yeah, 70 HP, but some villagers will lose their lives for sure, trying to micro them back. 2 down now, the castle is up, congrats to that. He lost a solid 3 villagers only. Gets some kills done though. Okay, so it wasn't as bad as I feared. Actually doing quite a lot of damage against those eagles now. And now going for Mango Dice. But the aggression continues. 12 villagers ahead is Liereyy. He can just toy with ACM now. Who's ahead when it comes to the KotD Siege Workshop and Town Center? I would even love to see him add a third one. One night out. Scout, no upgrades yet. And the Mango Dice, well, they don't even have fletching. Stays heavily on stone, that's surprising to me. Now going for fletching, defensive mangle could be an option. For now, Liereyy without any upgrades on his monks. Let's take a look. 2 barracks for Liereyy. He just 2 in FC, couldn't go for 3. Now adding a 3rd TC, aggressive siege workshop, monastery as well. 1 monk trying to heal all his eagles. And where's the scout of ACM? Still running around. Yeah, buff Teutons would be nice. Thinking about doing a troll account on either Boobly or HT. The vegan Teuton, like the guy that I actually am, and only play berries and farms. No sheep, no boar. And let's see how high I can get. I would be surprised if maybe I could get like 2k on HT with that strategy. And Mangala is now coming over, and yeah, he's opening himself a path here. Huh. Okay, getting some damage done. Arson now as well. Mangala is still hiding. Okay. Still no upgrades on those monks. Eagles trying to find some damage. Uh-oh. Well, that means it is not walled. Now going for Sanctity. Mangala is now over. Can he get some kills? He is 14 villagers behind. Getting some kills against those eagles. They only have +1 defense. And wall behind. Mangudai is now in, and Liereyy without any reaction so far. So that will be some dead villagers if he sees it at all. Still no reaction. Uh-oh, Liereyy, and that was late. Now going for 3rd defensive barracks here, and that's some sweet kills for sure. Advantage here for Liereyy, so Magna against Magna couldn't really work. Oh, those Magnais, that's not how going to work against the Monks. Liereyy, ACCM, that's horrible. Oh, he only gets 1 convert. That was a bit better than I actually feared. But those Magnais, still very active, very annoying, but Eagles coming home and they will clear this up. At the same time, ACCM. Now, this could have been the spot where he could simply go for the 2-3 scouts maybe. Uh-oh, Magnol's doing some damage to member redemption for Liereyy. So he will stay very aggressive here, and that's a problem with the Mongols. Now trying to get the castle up here is not really an option. Magnol is getting converted, and this is just such a brutal spot here for ACCM and Liereyy. Just beautifully abusing that. Getting the barracks, getting some more damage against the eagle. Mangudai running around 800 HP on that castle. Can he maybe do something? Magnol. Oh, now so many villagers being sent to the front. Needs to jump into that GC. Sniping 1 monk, sniping a 2nd monk, 1 convert against him. Eagles closing down the distance. Villagers going down left and right. This would make Grass Stout so proud. Mangudai is going down, and this is basically game for ACCM. He's still leading in the score, but that's not important. That's mainly because he got so many kills off over here. Now getting home with all his Mangudais even. So that was pretty sweet for him, but at the same time, just got so much damage done against him. Those Mangudais couldn't do enough. Maybe if he gets all his back at home. Maybe a more defensive stable would have been an option. And some more damage done against those eagles, but 22 villagers is just the message of the game here. Oh, that looks like he's standing pretty soon indeed, and uh-oh, needs to click them further. Mangudais. Well, luckily Liereyy is having them on stand ground as well. It's a pretty peaceful game, Liereyy. Okay. But ACCM doesn't want to go for the kill. More eagles raiding. That GC is even getting dangerously low. Now trying to go for more suicide villagers. Mangudai is getting converted over and over again. Now no more Mangudais around, and military count 8 to 15 villagers getting out. Another volley against them. 1 villager going down, the rest jumping into the GC. Another Mangudai thinking about going to the Aztecs corners. And Liereyy is finally going back, but 30 villages ahead, double castle for ACCM. That won't really help him. Wheelbarrow for Liereyy now as well. He will push his eagle quite nicely. No more Mangudais to raid. And this game is so over. Liereyy have enough resources. Soon he will click up to Imperial Age as well. Still working the front gold. Can get some raids in over here. And remember, that's only palisade walls. Behind here it's still open as we saw before. Yeah, Mangudais are nice and mobile. Can do some damage. But Liereyy clicking up now. And well, I would be surprised if ACCM has 100 food. And he has 89. Yeah, Nearly is so happy that double castle isn't working. So true, guys. It isn't a viable strategy. Still on stone. Oh, defensive tower. Okay. Yeah, but now ACCM sees barracks being added. Eagles can just chase down, going for the +2 defense now. I believe they don't have squires. Feels like Mangudais are still outrunning them, but I believe once he reaches Imperial Age, the game will be over. 2 TCs for ACCM, 30 villagers behind, and those Mangudais, yeah, they're nice to play with, but without Thumbring, Kind of the greatest thing ever. Now going for squires indeed. Going for the extra gold over here as well. But Liereyy. Let's take a look how ACM is trying to play this. And guys, you can give me the GG timer. Still 25% away. And give me some countdown. From 10% down till the GG, till the end of the series, till Liereyy takes it 3-1 and ACCM congratulates him and wishes him good luck next. 8, 7, spam in the chat. Even more monks getting sniped down here. Maybe ACM thinks, okay, I have a good shot here. 1 and G to the G. ACCM is out. But oh no guys. We overhyped. ACCM is continuing to play this. He feels like I still have double castle. I heard even the greatest people in the world can lose to double castle, and he's getting bloodlines. So, expert casting here for sure. But yeah, the sign that he isn't resigning doesn't make this game much closer. Wandering healer, thank you so much, mate. Elite Eagles. Well, they're trying to do the damage. Mangudai is getting home and... Which do you think is more important at this level of AoE? The pick of players, skill, if we're reversed, would Liereyy still win? What? Yeah, Liereyy would still win with both civilizations, yeah. So at this, like, against those two players, I feel Liereyy will win with most civilizations, but if we have it a bit closer, civilization picks. It's like Yo against Stark, as you saw, that was probably won by the civilization picks as well. Okay, let's take a look how the Mangudai will perform. He's still trying to sit back. Obviously, he knows if this is his... Yeah, if he gives up this game, he is out of this tournament and has no more chance of winning. Part of the 4K prize pool, but more than 30 villages behind. He doesn't have access to his main gold spot. Yeah, still running around with Mangudai, but without ballistics as well. Only now the... Oh, nice clone tag even. Only now the university finished as well. Going for ballistics now, okay. And Liereyy could go for more villager kills. He can get so many villager kills over here if he tries to run in. Going for some quick walls here could be an option for ACM, but he isn't going for it. We'll get some ratings back here, but Eagle's already waiting for him. He's getting so much damage and now trying to go for some quick walls. He feels maybe I can defend this, maybe Liereyy can overcommit and maybe can do the damage here at the front, but yeah, once Eagles close on the distance, those castle aids Mangudai won't really do too much. Eagles, well, the quick walls were nice by CCM. We'll lose some villages over here, but I don't really see quick walls going up over at that side. Liereyy selling some resources, but villagers going down left and right. Now the village difference is higher than 40. Nice engagement over here, but now the castle, Liereyy could even go for Garland Wars and the +4 attack on his Eagles pretty soon. ACM is doing everything right to hold on as long as possible, and if it was a team game, I would absolutely congratulate him on his nice attempt of buying time for his team, but well, where is the rest of his team? Where are the people that are enabling the comeback for him? I don't really see them. That means Liereyy can just focus on him and can go for more and more kills. Villager difference now is getting up to 50. 2 TCs still only for ACM, and yeah, he is trying to go and continue to do the damage, but look at how minimal the damage output is now with all his Mangudai. And those Eagles are just chasing down everything. 50 villager difference now. And well, if it wasn't tournament, if it wasn't the last game, I think ACM would already be in the next game. Next series coming up will be Winchester against the Viper and Doubt against Hart. So maybe this will keep you motivated to see some more Age of Empires here for now. ACM going for another run around. Maybe he thinks, okay, this guy played a 1 TC all in, I can snipe everything, but he already saw 3 TCs as well. And yeah, he's just trying to go for the gold rates. He's getting 3 TC up now as well. Oh, we'll get some snipes over here to gold. That's sweet. ACCM is doing the right moves. We can agree to that. But this Mangrai, after all, right? I like how ACCM is playing this. Oh, he's doing all the right. He's doing all the right steps, and he's putting himself in the best position to see Liereyy screwing this up. But now we can see the first traps as well. Those Mangrais are getting cleared up. Where are all the Mangrais? Oh, okay, he's trying to snipe the traps at the front now. Needs to repair that castle. Isn't getting to that stone. I'm sending villagers to the front. Oh, and he's committing against the traps. 1 volley, 2 volleys, 3, needs him 5 volleys as it seems, and only got 1 trap down. Now he's trying to go for the second one. His micro is reasonable, but at the same time he cannot micro over here. Is now going back. Lost some Mangrais. Oh, but oh, he screwed up over here. Too bad. Well, he refuses to die. Nice quick walls over here, but ACCM is getting in again. Lierey's getting in again. Now we'll clear up that last eagle, then can go back onto the gold. And yeah, his map was so good as well. That really helped him out. But another 2 traps, and now he cannot repair over here. So many idle villagers. Villager difference stays at 50. Now trying to get the market up. Maybe he can get to Imperial 8 is what he's thinking, but we'll lose that castle now. It has no chance of getting onto a secondary stone spot as well. This castle goes down. And most likely, finally, the hopes of ACCM of ever getting onto the elite Mangrai mount that he wants to go for. But now he's even switching into knights. Maybe he thinks he has a side bet and said like, okay, if I lose 3-1, the last game won't end before the 50-minute mark. And, well, now trying to win that side bet. More traps to the front, Garland Wars. Finally, Liereyy will be completely upgraded on his eagles after that, and the damage output will just be ridiculous, even against all those knights. Last castle is going down, trying to buy some stone, is going for all the stables, and his army is going down now. Garland Wars kick is finally kicking in. Mangrais are going down, and this has to be the GG moment. Castle is going down. 3 TCs completely eyed. ACCM is finally tapping this out. G to the G, and ACCM maybe not with the perfect GG timing here, but in the end, he gave us a sweet transition into the next series for sure. And we see Liereyy advancing into the round of 4. KotD, King of the Desert, and we will see who else will be joining him later on. Let's take a look at the achievement of the last game. Obviously, it all could be so much different. We don't really need to go over that. It was over at the 35-minute 58-second mark, but ACCM decided to drag it a solid 13 more minutes. Well played indeed by Mr. Liereyy, and next series